Hello and welcome to the Great Unexplained Debate. I'm your host, Carl Beattie, for the next hour of scintillating discussion about the paranormal. What we say, you hear. There's no editing here, obviously apart from the commercial breaks. So when I make a mess up, you will hear it, and I'm starting to do it now because I'm waffling. But first, I'd like to introduce my guests today. Richard Holland of the Paranormal Magazine. Thank you very much for coming in.
Hi, Carl, thank you.
Good, it's lovely to have you here. Hazel Ford of Haunted Happenings.
Hello.
Thank you very much for coming in. This is a first for both of you, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is.
And there's somebody who's moved in. Andy Lewin.
I keep trying to get away to drag me back.
Glad you told us. It's only because people don't realise this, we actually keep Andy in a cupboard upstairs. His family have been calling us on a regular basis and emailing him, but we say we haven't seen him.
Just chuck me bananas every now and then.
Thank you very much for coming in, guys. I really do appreciate it. Now, first, I just want to get everyone at home to know exactly what you do. And now, Paranormal Magazine, if anyone doesn't know about this magazine, where have you been? This is, I think, this is one of certainly the best magazine on the market on the paranormal. And I'm not saying that because you're sitting here. I've said that before many times. That it's something that I read regularly, and I know Andy reads it regularly,
I do, yes.
and Hazel reads it, and I think it's something that is a benchmark for all the paranormal groups out there. They get information because it's good. Tell us a bit about it.
Well, it's a monthly glossy magazine, as you can see there. It covers the whole sort of scope of the paranormal. So not just ghosts, although I do tend to concentrate on ghosts because they're the things I'm most interested in, but also UFOs and strange monsters and psychic powers and really anything you think of that's supernatural we try and cover, but in a fairly balanced approach to it, you know, not necessarily academic, but chatty and readable, we hope, but I think you can trust pretty well. We've got a great stable of writers together who are experts in their field, who've written many books and have been around for decades. Some of them really know their stuff. So yeah, it's all pretty good, solid, trustworthy stuff.
It had a huge change, didn't it, a while ago? Because you've not always been the editor of this magazine.
No, the truth is only the title is the same. Because the magazine was run by a completely different independent organisation, and then a couple of chaps who I only met about a year ago bought the title, found me as editor, and it's a very, very different magazine. We have no links whatsoever to the original incarnation of the magazine, if you like.
I think it must be a very difficult thing once you've got an established brand, and although established is probably the wrong word, in my opinion, I don't think it was. Certainly not. Now it's an established brand. I don't think it really was before. It kind of seemed to be fading away. And I know when I first started to look at it, there was a lot of things I wasn't comfortable with reading, and I stopped reading it because of that. And it was only when I started to see it again, and we got in contact. It was this. I think it's superb. It's very unbiased. Which is what it needs to be. It's something that is a great read. And funny enough, the last time I ever read anything that I was that interested in was the Unexplained magazine back in the 80s, I guess. It must have been 80s, was it? And that was the last time I can remember getting the magazine and being so excited about reading it that I didn't want to open the page first, because as soon as you'd opened it, it was like,
it's not new anymore.
And you kind of. And every page was something new, and which this has got, and I think you've done a brilliant job of it.
Thank you very much, Carl.
And I'm not just doing that because you're sitting here. I really do believe that. Hazel,
hello.
Tell us about Haunted Happenings. Tell us about what you do and what Haunted Happenings does.
Haunted Happenings is a ghost hunting events company, and basically we advertise haunted locations on our website. And people will book their places and join us on an event and spend the night overnight at the location. And
that's you have investigators there, mediums, I guess.
We have a medium with us on most of our events. We're starting to do some events now without mediums. We're just doing pure investigation for smaller locations. That's due to demand, and then we're doing we do large locations like massive castles, all the sort of stuff that following the footsteps of Most Haunted. Really, once it's been established as being haunted, then we sort of jump on that bandwagon to an extent. And
I know this is a conversation I've had with Andy in the past, and it's very difficult, isn't it, to find credible haunted locations, because once people know you're going there, and you obviously have to pay them to be there, there is, and they'll get some sort of publicity out of that, because obviously, when you've got a good established group, that people will come to your website, and that's obviously free advertising for whoever it is. It's difficult to actually know what is a credible haunting and what is not a credible haunting.
Well, even though some of the locations that we know are sort of notoriously haunted, it doesn't stop us doing our own recce's anyway. But it isn't just about the location being haunted, because we're taking members of the public, we've got the health and safety, we've got to put the insurance in, so we've also got to drip feed the location information so they can allow us to come in as well. So it's sort of a twofold thing. So they do get the publicity. But we get to go there as well, so
That's cool.
We don't mind. But it's great.
Andy Lewin, Manchester haunted. Now, just for some people, whereabouts are you based, Hazel?
We're
By
based
the way,
in Nottingham.
Nottingham. All right, because just for someone out there who may have been asleep for the last decade, just explain Manchester haunted. I know you have a lot on this programme, but just explain to anyone at home who may not.
Yeah, we're just a paranormal investigation group. We just investigate allegedly haunted locations, but just our group. We don't have public involved or anything like that, and just to our best of our ability, investigate locations.
Yeah, and it's funny because the again, it's someone. I mean, I'm very privileged today to have. I know Andy, you're one of the people who doesn't like to use the term expert, but no. I'm going to use it. But to have 3 experts in your field here today, it's quite humbling, because.
Actually, I don't particularly think you can be an expert in this field, though. That's my thing with it.
Just take the compliment, Andy. Just don't go, yeah, I'm an expert.
I'm no expert.
But no, it's the fact that I think we're striving, everyone's striving to be an expert in the chosen fields we've got. I think that we have a duty to the people, whether it be a public events company, whether it be a private investigation group, or whether it be a magazine. We have that duty to the public to give them the real thing. And I can imagine, from a magazine's point of view, you must get so many stories in editorially that you have to go through thinking rubbish, 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 rubbish. Oh, not bad, rubbish, rubbish. Oh, yeah, not bad.
There is a weird kind of situation I get in where I'm aware that the more dramatic story that I might be told by somebody, the better I should like it as an editor. But in fact, my instincts just kick in straight away. They go, I don't quite believe that. That's a very weird sort of quandary to be in. Because really dramatic stuff does sometimes happen. I mean, we had the South Shields poltergeist in, I think, the first issue of the magazine. And they're pretty credible, investigators, and they seem to study the case fairly carefully. But that allegedly had knives being thrown through the air and people being sort of attacked effectively and things like this. So, but yeah, it isn't easy sort of, and one has to go by one's instincts, and I think an editor of any publication perhaps has to do that.
I'd love to be attacked by something.
Would you?
Yeah, I really would.
I was going to say nip outside.
I'm next to it.
I was going to say just a
martial arts boy, don't we?
But just going back to the word expert, because. I agree with you actually. I don't think anybody in the paranormal sense can become an expert because there's nothing to be an expert of. It's the expert of the unknown.
But there's nothing wrong with striving to have an expertise, and that's kind of my terminology is I guess that I'm saying that you have an expertise, and so you guys have all got an expertise in a field. And I want to come back to that after the break, because unfortunately we've got to go. That was quick, wasn't it? Please join us in a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.